Yeah, good morning, all. Uh, you know, uh, I just have muted all of you. If you have some question, please raise your hand so that I will unmute you. Then you can speak out because I could hear background noise many times. In order to avoid that, I just keep everyone in mute. Okay. So the last session we have discussed about what are the basics of the .NET, and today let us split our time into 2 hours. The first 1 hour we will be discussing about framework of the .NET, how .NET works. Most probably it would be theory class, and then we will start with the C# .NET, the actual coding part that we have more interest. That part we will start in next 1 hour. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about what is platform dependent and platform independent. Those areas we have discussed it. And today, okay. So these are the concepts yesterday we have discussed it. And .NET is a platform independent technology. Okay. So .NET is platform independent technology. And now we have to discuss about how .NET is platform independent. Okay. So before we discuss that, in order to understand the architecture of the .NET, how .NET was designed, we have to understand few things. Those are called as the pillars of the .NET. Means how the .NET was built on few basic concepts by taking consideration. Those concepts are called as the pillars of the .NET. So what are those concepts is, in short, we call it as BCL, CTS, CLR, and CLS. So these are the four things that we have to discuss. And remember, if you are fresher, if you are trying to attend an interview, these are the initial questions you are probably need to face. Suppose if you are going with 2+3+ experience, then this may not be important in terms of your skill. But if you are attending interview as the fresher, definitely you will get 3 to 4 questions in this particular area. So this is very important to understand. What is BCL, what is CTS, what is CLR and all. So BCL stands for Base Class Libraries. One second, please. Okay, so BCL stands for Base Class Library. Okay, then CTS stands for Common Type System, and CLR stands for Common Language Runtime, whereas CLS stands for Common Language Specifications. Okay, so Common Language Specifications. Okay, so how .NET is working, to understand this, we need to be aware of all these things: PCL, CTS, CLR, and CLS. Okay, once if we understand this, then we can jump to the .NET core coding concepts. Okay, so first let us try to understand what is BCL, means Base Class Library, and what is the purpose of this one. So before we go to understand the technical functionality of the BCL, how it was designed, I would like to give you one example. Okay, so generally, if we are going to a library, I'm talking about general library. That's where we find books to read, our college library like this. So what we do in the library? Okay, so library, there are huge volumes of books available, ready to read. But probably whenever you want, you can go to the library. But when you go to the library, you won't take all the books and read. You will find right book that is required for you as per your requirement. You will take it, you will read it, and you will put it back. That is what we do in the library. But we never go to library to write a textbook. We maybe copy some notes to from textbook to our notebook. That is a different case. But in order to understand base class library, let us think in this way. You never go to library to write a textbook, but probably a textbook is already designed, already printed. You go there, you will take it, you will use it, and you will return it. You are not owner of it. Someone else have written where you have privileges to use that book because the library is designed for that. What is the purpose of writing a textbook? There is a lot of outside knowledge. Someone collected all that knowledge, put it into a book format, which is available for many users, which reduce the time for their research. Suppose if I am doing a research on some .NET, I don't need to do a separate research about the .NET because thousands of books are available. I will collect the base information from all those books. Then I will continue from uh, my knowledge, which I gained by reading different books. So basically, the library is a predefined set of elements, okay, predefined set of elements, which you can go, you can use, but you cannot modify the things. Means, if there is a textbook, it's already printed, the copyrights are given to author of the book. You just can use it, but you have no rights to change that one as well. So basically, why the book was printed is to make your task easy, okay, to make you comfortable to understand. It would help you to gain some knowledge. That is what in general a library. Okay, that is what in general library. Now let us come to our discussion BCL, what is base class library. Generally, in computer system in coding language, if you wanted to do some operation, you have to write a program. Okay. So now I will write a small program. If you don't understand it, that is fine. If you don't understand the program, but you have to understand the concept. I'm trying to write this program in C language. If you are not aware of C language, that would be definitely fine, but understand the concept. That's what I'm expecting. So I'm writing a program in C language, int a comma b, and forget about it. What is int and all? Consider like this is a program. If you are not aware of the technical words, or you have no introduction to any programming languages before, maybe you are not aware of int a, b, c, and all, but forget about it. Okay, so I have taken two variables, int a comma b, where I need to give values of a and b, enter a and b values. So we have to input these values. Then probably we have to read the values. Okay, we have to read the values. Okay, so we are trying to read the values. Then I would like to find out addition of a and b. Then I would like to print a plus b value. Okay, so this is a small program to find out addition of a and b. Okay, and probably this may have, I would like to give a name to this one. Okay, I would like to give a name to this one like this. So this is a small C language program which can find out addition of given two numbers. Whatever two numbers I'm trying to input, it will find out addition of two numbers. So in order to understand, I would like to give you one example. Okay, I wrote this example. After you write this program, yesterday we have discussed about compilation, execution, and all those things will happen. However, this program will find out addition of two numbers. That is the conclusion. Okay. Here, I write small example to find out addition of two numbers, but probably like this, if you are designing a program, you have to write a program which contains hundreds of lines. Suppose, I will give you one example. Not to write addition of two numbers, but I would like to write a program which finds, suppose if you are applying for a job, okay, if you are applying for a job, you will upload your resume. After you upload your resume, in your resume, you will put lot of elements. How much experience you have, and what is your college name, what is the percentage of marks you gained, and what are your achievements, do you have any certifications like this. In a resume there is lot of functionality included. Now you have to write a program. Okay, you have to write a program. In that program, enter experience. Okay, enter experience. I will give four. So in my college, there are 1,000 students. All 1,000 students, they have uploaded their resume to my folder. Or they have uploaded their resume for to find the jobs. Now, as career management, what I would like to find out is, I would like to find out how many people have C language as their skills in the resume. That is the task. Now see how typical functionality it is. You have to search each resume, and each resume you have to find out skill. And remember, all the people, they may not enter skill C language. Some people enter technology C language. Some people enter language C. Some people enter skill C language. So how you prepare the resume is your task, your headache. But getting the data is my headache. You can use skill equal to C language. I have to get it. If we use language equal to C, I have to grab that resume. If we use my certification C, I have to grab that resume. So in order to do this functionality, you have to filter thousands of resumes. You have to filter all the keywords. You have to get the proper resumes which are having the similar skill. This is where you may be, if you have some idea about C language, data structures, bubble chart, you may be having doubt why I am learning this data structures, how it is benefited in my life. This is where you have to put your skills into the practical. This is where the data structures comes to the picture. You have to apply the bubble chart, and not only getting the data, faster is also important. How fast you are trying to grab the data is also very important. Okay, so that is where we have to implement our skills. So whatever functionality we have discussed, okay, whatever functionality we have discussed, that needs thousands of lines of program to fulfill this task. Okay, so identify the resumes, identify the skills, thousands of lines of program. Now I have an educational institute A, I have an educational institute B, I have an educational institute C. Three educational institutes we have. Let us say A, EDU, B, EDU, and C, EDU. Three types of uh, educational institutes we have. Now the problem is all these three institutes, probably they were using .NET to develop their application, and they need the same functionality in all educational institutes because that is the basic thing required. Okay, that is the basic thing required. Then everyone need to write the same program one by one, right, to fulfill this. Now let us compare the program we have to find out additional A and B, and the functionality required to find out your skills from huge volumes of resumes, okay, profiles. Two tasks we have. Okay, so instead of a addition of two numbers program, imagine you are writing a program here to grab the data from students resume. Okay, students resume. Okay, I write this because easy to see, but instead of this, I request you to imagine where we write a program to grab the data from resumes. Okay, now what is a library is when there is quite common functionality, that has to be used by many common resources or generic resource applications, then what Microsoft did is you don't write any code to find out the ratio. Okay, don't write uh, any code to find skills and resume. Instead of that, where data equal to, please ignore if you are not aware of where, okay, where data equal to get resume skills, okay, resume skills in the brace. At this moment, if you want C and if you want C++, if you want .NET, like this, given this fashion. You don't write any code. You don't write any code. Just give like this and give one comma and give the path of the files where your resume is uploaded, where all the resumes you will put it into one folder, right? So get resume skills and give the skill set required, C, C++, and .NET, and give the path where the resumes are uploaded. Okay. Suppose there will be one folder. In that folder, we have requested all the students, they upload their resumes. Now, what happens is this line will automatically grab all the resumes which have the skill C, C++, and .NET. Okay, C, C++, and .NET. Okay, so now what is this one is, this one is called as a library. Okay, this one is called as library. Like your textbook, it's already printed. Who printed this one is Microsoft. So what Microsoft did is, instead of you to bother about, okay, suppose just imagine you have written program like this for A, B, and C. If you are assuming like you are designing the program individually, the same program need to be designed by A, B, and C. Okay, we need to replace the program by all institutions separately. Now, Microsoft suggested when you note this kind, when you need this kind of functionality, don't rewrite it because Microsoft already have written a book called as Get Resume Skills, and you can use the book in this manner. Means open one brace, close one brace. First, give your skill set. What is the skill set you are trying to find out, and give the path where the resumes exist. Okay, where the resumes exist. Then Microsoft suggesting this functionality is ready to use. When something is ready to use, you don't write the code. Instead of writing all this code, okay, copy this line, copy this line. Instead of writing all this code where you have to find out skill set for resume, okay, skill set for resume, just put only one line. Okay, put only one line. So whenever you need to filter a file by some text, here I said skills, maybe certification. How many people did certification in Azure? How many people did certification in .NET? It could be anything. Okay, like this. So instead of writing the code, what Microsoft suggested is, already we write that code. We have given a name to that code. The name of the code is get resume skills. Give the content like this, means what are the skills required, comma, and give the path like this. Then what this will do is, whatever thousands of lines of code is required to filter all your resumes from different regions, from different languages, and different formats. You may be put it in Word format, you may be put it in PDF format like this. Okay, only one line of program. So Microsoft have written that 1,000 lines of the code and put it as a text box like this. In the text box, it is suggested to follow like this. Those 1,000 lines will be replaced with the single line. Okay, will be replaced with the single line. So whatever Microsoft predefined code, Microsoft already defined and given it to you to use as suggested by them. Probably you cannot do any changes in that, but you can use as suggested by them. Those codes are called as the base class libraries. So basically what is base class library is Microsoft have designed lot of code, predefined code, and suggested the user to use it in the given architecture, in the given or suggested manner. Those are called as the base class libraries, all predefined classes. Okay, so now we are using the technical word. The predefined classes, the predefined codes in .NET have given, those are called as the base class library. Here, I have to stress one point. It doesn't mean I like .NET. I would like to say this. It is the fact actually. If we are designing a program, if you are designing a project, the same project you can do using Java, you can do using .NET, you can do using PHP as well. But in terms of the faster development, .NET takes very less time when compared with Java because .NET have given many predefined classes, lot of code we can avoid. The Microsoft have given, we can use them directly. We can use them. And in terms of the UI also, when you write the code also, intelligence is provided by the .NET. I will let you know what is intelligence when we start coding part today. It would helpful to reduce the error rating. Okay, when compared with Java, the number of errors in the program, chances are less in .NET. Frankly speaking, PHP takes very less time when compared with .NET also. But .NET is highly standard because behind the .NET, there is a company, Microsoft. If there is a problem in future, Microsoft will resolve it. But PHP is not like that. That's the open source. Some XYZ person will come, he will invent something in PHP. He will tell all the people who are using PHP, hey, I have invented this. If you want, you can use it. But tomorrow, if there is any error in that, he is not responsible for it. He may be passed away. Who have invented that PHP, he may be passed away. No one is responsible for that. But Microsoft is not like this. Or even Java also. Behind the Java, there is Sun Microsystems company. Behind the .NET, there is Microsoft. If there is any issue in the codes they have provided, they will have to fix it. That is where they will release in versions 2001 version, 2002 one version like this. Okay, that is a different story. Okay, so this is what in short base class library. So .NET have given, as per my knowledge, in 2009 only, .NET have given more than 4,000 plus class libraries. As of now, number I'm not sure, but definitely it would be more. Suppose using .NET, you need to connect a DevOps. You need to connect, this one, AWS, cloud spaces. Using .NET, you can grab the data in your Gmail folder. Using .NET, you can send a mail to any person. Using .NET, you can book a calendar. Means you can suppose a Zoom meeting. If you click on some button, it will automatically add a Zoom calendar to your Gmail account. Like this, lot of codes are provided already. We just need to use them in the given manner. Those are called as the base class libraries. Okay, so that is the base class library. In the base class library, we have to understand hierarchical architecture. Okay, hierarchical architecture. There are some words which are called as namespace, DLL, okay, DLL, and assembly. Okay, so I hope all of you understand what is base class library. And under base class library, technical words we need to understand is namespace, DLL, assembly. What is namespace is? What is namespace is? Let us come to this example. Here I said get resume skills. It will try to find out where skill set is given C++, and .NET. Maybe instead of skill set, I would like to find out certifications. Certifications. So instead of this method, instead of accessing the certification like this, Microsoft may suggested certifications like this. Then what happens is in the resumes, who did C certification, who did C++ certification, who did .NET certification, it will grab their data. Okay, it will grab their data. Okay, it will grab their data. So all the functionalities having the similar uh, nature, okay, similar requirement, they put it into one format that is called as the namespace. Example, if you go to your library, all computer science, one block is assigned. All electronics, one block is assigned. All mechanical, one block is assigned. So in order to maintenance, to make the maintenance easy, .NET have designed all those things, means all physical files such related. They collected together, they put it in one textbook. That textbooks we call it as the namespace. Okay, one textbook we call it as the namespace. So simply, what is a namespace is namespace is a collection of classes together. Okay, whatever predefined classes we are talking about, those are collected and put it into one format. They will call it as the namespace. So .NET like this have many namespaces. One of the example is system, and another example is system.data. And we will discuss this system and system.data. For example, I'm giving azure.files, azure.blobs, like this. Okay, these are different namespaces. What system contains is the general basic functions to start with system. Then data related to take your data, save into your physical files, okay, and delete it, modify it, all those related in one format. If we have cloud data services like your Google Drive, okay, there is cloud services. If you would like to connect with them files. Similarly, blobs also similar, but forget about what is Azure.files and blobs. Consider like these are the namespaces. What each namespace contains is class libraries. What class libraries contains is a set of predefined functionality similar to this one. Okay, so like this, we have namespaces. Definitely, if you are fresher, if you are trying to attend an interview, they will ask you what is a namespace in .NET and give an example. Okay, so namespace is a collection of predefined classes which are called as the class libraries, and these are the examples: system, system.data, system.io, like this. Then what is DLL? DLL stands for Dynamic Linking Library. Okay, Dynamic Linking Library. So basically, in base class libraries, how many namespaces I have like this? Thousands of namespaces are available. Suppose if you go to your library, general, your college library, there are a lot of books. You will not use all of them, right? If you take all the books, put it on your table, try to read all the books one after the other one, that looks very clumsy, very bad. Probably you cannot focus also. In the similar fashion, in .NET also, there are thousands of namespaces available. Okay, thousands of namespaces available, but you don't use all of them in your application. Probably if you are using 15 to 20 in your application, that means you are using a lot of .NET functionality. Most probably we are aware of 10 to 15 in our 12 years of career. Because of need, we have used them in such manner. Okay, you will not use all of them. So you have to include the required library only. You go to the library, pick the textbook you want. In similar fashion, you have to include selected libraries into your code. Probably we don't use all of them. So the way of mapping a class library to your application is called as DLL, mean dynamic linking library. How to do that library is you have to write using write system. Then what happens is the system related classes it will be included in your code. Okay, if you are aware of the C language, in C language, you will be writing hash include stdio.h in the beginning of the program. Okay, so this is what you will write in the beginning of the program. Okay, hash include refers to a file, include a file. Dot h refers to header file. Header file is exactly similar to a library in .NET. So you are trying to include this in your code. In similar fashion, in .NET also, we have to include the libraries in code. Okay, and what is assembly? Okay, this just you need to know the definition of it. Assembly means all these libraries have saved into a physical folder in your application. That folder is called as the assemblies. Probably where it saves is in your .NET install location. Wherever you are trying to install your .NET, there the assemblies will be saved. Means the DLLs, .dll files, whatever namespaces would be there, all these things will be saved there, and you will link them from assembly to code using DLL, dynamic linking library concepts. So this is what a base class library. Okay. So all of you understand? Can you please type in yes or no? If any one of you have doubts, I will try to clarify. If you understood, please type yes. Okay, I need more responses. If someone is not responding, means they might be not listening. If you respond no also, that means you are listening. Okay, fine. Okay, so that is what base class level. Now, try to understand. Yeah, definitely, Ashish. Okay, so assembly is nothing but when we install, see, we said .NET is designed all the libraries. Okay, and you know, those are designed, but they must be ready to use in our code. Okay, they must be ready to use in our code. So when we install the software like exe, when we install exe file in our system, it will save some data. It will put some data to our system. In similar fashion, okay, okay. In similar fashion, what is assembly is these are designed, namespaces are designed. Those are saved to our .NET folders. Means wherever we install, this will be put into our .NET file. That file is called as the assembly. Simply assembly means a file which contains all predefined codes. Whatever predefined codes are required, those are saved to a physical folder. That physical folder is called as assembly. Is that fine, Ashish? Yeah, Ashish, do you understand? Yeah, great. Okay, so next one, common type system. See, if you don't understand CLS, uh, you don't need to worry about it. BCL is the theoretical idea about .NET, but you definitely need to understand CTS and CLR, where we have some technical words. Okay, so this is the part we need to discuss about platform independent, how .NET is platform independent as well. Okay, how .NET is platform independent. And remember, platform independent means you can write the code on any machine, maybe .NET, maybe Mac, maybe Solaris. You can write the code on any machine. You can execute the program on any other machine as well. That is the tentative meaning of the platform independent. Now, how .NET is platform independent? And also remember, .NET, as per my knowledge, .NET is only technology which is language independent also. So what is meaning of this one, language independent? See, we are Indians. We are really good in programming skills, and most probably C language is our favorite programming language. C, C++, Core Java, and C#.NET. These are the languages most of our Indians love it. But if you go to France, they have a language F, and they have a language F#.NET. Okay, they have a language like this, which makes a similar operation like C, which makes a similar operations like C#.NET. Maybe if you check with your parents or the elder brothers who is more than 50 years of age now, if they are into programming, they may be like VB or VB.NET. It was very old programming language. It will do the similar like C, C++, and C#.NET. So if you are VB developer, you have to write the code in VB like this. But in .NET, what is the flexibility it is doing is using .NET, same .NET software, you can use C# language to write a program using same F# .NET. I don't want to write F# because I don't know much about it. Okay, maybe VB.NET. Okay, maybe VB.NET. Also, you can use under .NET only. Okay, and J#, I guess. I really don't remember, but there is one technology like this. See, Python also you can use under .NET, but really I'm not sure how to use Python in .NET. Yeah, F# we have. Okay, we don't have J#, but we have F#. So let it be put F#. Okay, so using .NET only, you can write the program in F#.NET as well. So in order to understand using .NET, you see how to write the program that we were not discussing. Please don't confuse about it. I'm giving you introduction. We can write program using C#.NET, VB.NET, F#. If you are comfortable with C#.NET, you can use C#. No, I am comfortable with VB.NET. That is up to you. You can use VB.NET or you can use F#.NET also. You can write the program using any one of these languages. Same program. You can use any one of these languages. That means .NET is a language independent also. And we don't learn all languages. We will learn only C#. That is enough. If you learn C#, you can self-learn VB as well, but we never touch F#.NET. Both C# and VB.NET, both are almost similar. Okay, so language independent. Now, what is common type system? Okay, what is common type system? How .NET is platform independent? Okay, how .NET is platform independent? Okay, suppose in C#.NET, if you wanted to declare an integer variable, you have to write int a. If you are not aware of integer variable a, that is fine. Okay, if you wanted to write something, hi, okay, if you wanted to print something, hello world, like this, okay, you just wanted to display some static text as the output. Okay, you need to write uh, okay, like this you have to write. Okay, so forget about it, the technical again, what is int a, how it works and all, but you wanted to do something. If you wanted to find out addition of two numbers, you have to declare int a comma b, where you have to assign a equal to 10 and b equal to 10. Like this, you have to do some set of operation. And as I said, The same thing you can do in VB.NET also. I am writing in C Sharp because I am comfortable with C Sharp.NET. Maybe you don't like C Sharp.NET, you like to do VB.NET. Okay, you will write like this. The language syntax is different, but the functionality is same. Why I am taking int a is I will take an integer variable like 10. Okay, like 10. I will put it into system. I will save it into system. Okay, similar to this one. Okay, like this. Suppose if you are using iPhone, if you are using Android phone, take a picture from your camera, save the picture into your file. So taking picture, the functionality is same. The phone is different, but the way it takes the picture, it saves to the folder is different. Okay. If you set your Google Drive as your backup file in both, it will take the picture, it will put it into Google Drive. That can be Android phone or Apple phone. It doesn't matter. The functionality is same, but the way it organizes the functionality is different. In similar fashion, the language is same. The language is same, and the functionality is same. Okay, sorry, the language is different, functionality is same. In similar fashion, we have in F sharp also. I'm not sure what is the syntax in F sharp.net, but consider these two, C sharp.net and VB.NET. Okay, so we can use any one of these languages in .NET in order to write the code. This is where the concept of the platform independent comes to the picture. Remember and try to compare platform dependent and independent here. Okay, platform dependent and independent here. So your writing of program is completed. Okay, you have written the program. Okay, you have written the program. After you write the program, yesterday we have discussed it. We need to compile the program. Okay, we need to compile the program. What do you mean by compilation? Okay, what is the meaning of the compilation? So the meaning of the compilation is the program will be converted into, okay, the program will be converted into mission readable format, means zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones. Here, binary code, basically the binary code, which is the system readable format also. Okay, system readable format also. That happens in the platform dependent languages. Now, platform independent languages are the programming technologies like Java or .NET or Python. When you convert the code, when you compile the code, what happens is the code is not directly converted into mission level format. I'm stressing this. If you are writing a C language program, okay, when you compile the program will be converted into zeros and ones, system readable binary format. In any platform dependent language, this is the similar operation. Now, you are working with a platform independent technology like .NET or Java. You write a program. Here also you need to do the compilation. But after compilation, okay, after compilation, this will not convert into mission level like this. This won't convert into a mission level like this. But this will convert into another format. That format have different names. Some people will call it as the IL, stands for intermediate language. Some people will call it as CIL, stands for common intermediate language. Some people will call it as MSIL, stands for Microsoft Intermediate Language. Okay, and remember, this is not a binary format. This is not a format in zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones. Then what is this format? Okay, this is just like a platform independent format. For example, if you write int a equal to 10, how that line will be converted after compilation is int 32, int 32, a equal to 10. Okay, so when you compile, I'm giving an example. You really don't need to understand how every line will be converted and what is the target IL code. We really don't need it. But to understand the concept, I have given one example. We never bothered about it because Microsoft will handle that. Okay, so you write a program in C language, int a, an integer variable, which converts into intermediate format after compilation. And if you write a line like this, that will be converted into this format, int 32a equal to 10. Here is the surprise. The same program I write in VB.NET also. Okay, the same program I write it in VB.NET also. In VB.NET also, after you do the compilation, it will convert into MSIL code. Surprisingly, the syntax, the native code is different. Okay, the native code is different. But after compilation, the MSIL code that we were talking, it would be same independent of the language. So basically, what int a can do is this will take an integer variable, stores in a. Okay, that value will be stored in a. What VB.NET integer of a will do is takes the value 10, stores in value a. Here, the keyword declaration is different. The way we are writing the program is different. A, int, integer. This is different. Maybe in fsharp.net, consider like this. I have given some random keyword, and I'm sure this is not correct keyword, but I request you to understand. To declare an integer variable, I may be using a different thing like this, but once if you compile the program, okay, once if you compile the program, if it is an integer variable, that will also convert into same MSIL format. Okay, same MSIL format. Here the concept is when you are working with a .NET, when you are working with a different technologies together, okay, when you're working with different technologies together, different languages together, you may have any syntax, you may have any format when you write the program. But once if you compile the program, the data types like int a, float a, string a, or double a, okay, signed int a, they may be different data types like this. They may have different syntax in their native format, but when you convert it, when it is converting into MSIL format, its MSIL format is same for all languages. Okay. So what is common type system is the types in different programming language, the data types in different programming languages may be organized differently in any programming language, but when it is converted to compile, when it is converted into MSIL code, the MSIL code would be same for all programming languages types. Okay, so basically types means a technical word. Int A is called as the type. Integer A is called as type. Okay, so the way of converting types into same MSIL code or CIL code in different languages is called as the common type system. Okay, type is nothing but a variable. Int A, int B, string A, anything is called as the type. Okay, the way of organizing is different, and those will be handled by the language compilers. CSC is called as the language compiler, means that is the hidden software which actually converts your code into required format. VS, VSC is the Visual Basics compiler. Okay, I think for fsharp.net, FSC or something, but I'm not clear on this one. Okay, so that is what we call it as the common type system. Okay, all of you are clear? Yes, no? I just need 3, 4 random answers. Yes or no? Okay, okay, great. Yes, Rani. Let me unmute. Yeah, Rani, you can unmute and speak.
Hello, sir. Sir,
Yes.
what is the meaning here? Is CSC, VSC, and
Yeah.
what
You know,
FS?
when we said when you compile your program, after you
Yes.
write a program, when you set a compile, compilation is nothing but our software, our C language software or .NET software will have one internal software actually. We call it as the compiler. Okay. This is part of the software we install along with the .NET. Okay. We can make it as the hidden software. Okay. What this software will do is this software will read your source code, will convert into required format. Okay. The name of the software which converts the code into IL, we call it as the CSC. This is simply a compiler software. Okay, to be speaking, in C language, there would be C compiler. In C sharp .NET, there would be C sharp compiler, which takes the code, reads it, and which converts into required format. There should be some mechanism, right? Read all the code in English or C language, convert into mission level format like zeros and ones like this. So this is the one of the hidden software which will be installed into our systems along with software installation. If you are installing .NET means this will be installed automatically. Okay, so that is the name of the compiler which works for the C sharp .NET. And similar fashion, when you install .NET, another compiler also will be installed, which is called as VSC, Visual Studio Compiler. CSC stands for C Sharp Compiler. Visual Basic Compiler. Sorry, this is VBC. Okay, Visual Basics Compiler, which converts the VB.NET code to the required format. Got it, Rani? Hello? Yeah, fine. Okay, so uh, the definition, what is common type system is converting a source code into MSIL code. Sorry, I will reconstruct it. The data types in different programming languages in .NET will be converted into same MSIL code that is called as the common type system. Okay, common type system. Okay, the next part is common language runtime. Okay, see, the common type system will be talking about up to the compilation only. Okay, up to the compilation only. Okay. Now, CLR comes to picture now. Common language runtime. So, what is CLR? What is common language runtime is? See, we said .NET is a platform independent language, and Java is also a platform independent language. Platform independent means, okay, platform independent means platform independent means you can write the program on Windows, you can write the program on Mac, you can write the program on Linux, okay, Linux, you can write the program on any machine, and the program which you write it in Windows that should be able to execute on Windows, should be able to execute on Mac, should be able to execute on Linux. I have given few examples, but it could be anything, Unix or Linux, whatever. The same rule is applicable to the program which is written on Macs or maybe designed on Linux also. That is where we will be getting benefit of the common type system. See, remember, common type system is it's not like mission format. It's not zeros and ones. I will give you one example. I will give you one example. Okay. Consider like there are two smart students in the class. One is first bench student. The other one is the last bench student. The if first bench students, what they do is they will sit in the first bench of the class. They are very smart, and all teachers like first bench students. And whenever teacher said something, they will write it on their notebook, very neat, very clear. They will organize it in highly standard way. But what last bench student will do is, he don't need to organize it. He will write it in a format which they will understand it. The structure and format is irrelevant to them. They will write it in the way they understand. They don't bother about others. But the first bench student, they want to impress teacher. They want to impress parents. They want to impress friends. They want to impress neighbors. So they will maintain very clear structure. Now, end of the day, what happens is the backbencher, he will throw his book outside. He will take that first bencher notebook. He will take it Xerox. He will read it because he can understand it. That applies to all who do not write their book in proper format. Okay. Here, the platform independent languages, they convert the code in the way, sorry, platform dependent languages, they will convert the code in the way though they will understand. But platform independent languages are not like this. Those are like first bench student. Whatever code they were writing, whatever they were writing, it will convert into a common format which can be readable by any system. Okay, which can be readable by any system. But in order to do that, they have to install a software which is called as framework. Okay, which is called as the framework. Okay, which is called as the framework. Something is not working, but I hope you understand. Okay, so CLR is called as the Common Language Runtime. This you have to install in your mission. What this CLR can do is, it can read MSIL code or CL code or IL code. It will convert into target operating system. Suppose you forgot about where you write the program. You may be using Windows, but I am trying to run it on Linux machine. In the Linux machine, I have to install the software which is called as the framework, which installs CLR. What this will do is, this IL format, this intermediate format, like the first bench student write a notebook, this will convert into Linux format if your system is Linux. No, your system has not Linux, but it has Apple in it. What this CLR can do is, okay, what this CLR can do is, this will convert into Apple format. Okay, so basically, what is the role of the CLR is, wherever you wanted to run a .NET program, you have to install the software framework. What this will do is, this will read MSIL code. After reading MSIL code, it will detect what is the operating system in the current mission. And this MSIL code, it will convert into current operating system readable format. Or maybe if Linux format, maybe Apple format, or it can be Windows also. If it is Windows readable format also, it will convert. So this is called as the common language runtime. Okay, let us try to put together what is common type system. Common type system means the code you are writing in different languages, the data types you are writing in different languages will be converted into same type of MSIL code. That nature is called as the common type system. Then what is CLR is? CLR stands for Common Language Runtime, which reads the data, which reads the code in MSAL format. It will try to convert into mission level format, mission understandable format. Now, you really don't need to bother about where it was designed on Windows or Mac. It doesn't matter. You can write on any system the native program. Once if you do the compilation, it will convert into this format only. Now CLR will come, will read this format. This will identify the target operating system. It will convert the code into target operating system readable format. That is what the CLR will do. There are few other things like JIT, mono CLR like this, but not required now. You will be learning by reading online. So whenever you are preparing for interview, those things will be notified to you. Okay, so that is what common language runtime. Then what is common language specifications? This is very simple. .NET is open to all. Means today you are architect, you have developed a new language considered like this. Okay, new language considered like this. The language name you have given as T#.NET, consider like this. You have invented this language. You are thinking like you would like to offer Microsoft to use this technology, to put this technology into the .NET. You see, today .NET allows approximately 64 types of languages to write the code in its umbrella. But we write C#.NET. In my 12 years of experience, I write code 90% of the code using C#.NET. I write code 10% using VB.NET, but I never touch any other programming language. But we have 64 languages like this. We can write under .NET umbrella. Now you have invented one new language. You would like to request .NET to take this language into their umbrella. Then you have to follow some rules. You have to follow some standards. Those standards are called as the common language specifications. Just remember the definition, not much important to understand, but as part of the .NET framework, to understand the .NET, these things are important. Okay, so we have discussed BCL, CTS, and CLR and CLS. Okay, this is overall introduction to .NET, where we start, how we start .NET. Okay, all of you clear? This is where I would like to stop the theoretical session about the .NET. I would like to jump into the C#.NET. Just give me confirmation. All of you understand the introduction to .NET. Okay, you can raise your hand or you can type yes. Okay, great. Okay, great. This is 9:40 in my system. Let us take break for 10 minutes. I will come back at 9:50. Okay, so take bio break, have coffee, tea, and come back. I will pause recording. Okay. Can you type in yes? I just need 3-4 random answers. You are in. Okay, okay, okay. Great. Yes, this is all about introduction to .NET. And by this, I have completed internet to .NET. Okay. If any one of you would like to take screenshot or something, you can take. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, like, I will type in my number. I will request you all to send your email to this number, because I will try to delete all the contacts from this group. 733115391. Okay. Just drop your email address to this number. I will send you the C#.NET material. Okay. So our material is ready, C#.NET. You don't need to bother about notes and all. You will get the PDF material. You can use it. After this class, just drop your email IDs. And also from the group also, Email ID and number both. I could not able to track from this chart actually. So I will delete the people who are not attending the session. This is what, oh, okay. I think I sent it to one to one. I need to send to all, I guess. Okay. Okay, so this is my number. Just drop your number and email ID to this. I will send the PDF. You can use it. And I will also delete others who are not attending the session. Okay, so this is all about the .NET introduction. Okay, if you want, take screenshots, take it. Or okay, now the actual part, the .NET part, we have to discuss. Okay, so if you are learning .NET means, as part of this, we were teaching C# .NET and ASP .NET. So in the C# .NET, we discuss console application and Windows application. Okay, two type of applications. Using ASP.NET, okay, Windows applications we will discuss. There is one more which is called as ADO.NET, which is part of Windows applications in C#.NET and also part of web applications in ASP.NET. Okay, like this. However, the C# will come in ASP.NET also, but as of now, let us focus on C# and console application. Then we go to Windows. Then we go to Windows with ADO.NET. At this moment, we are learning C#.NET. In the C#.NET, we are learning console application. I hope you all remember what is console application, which develop a application like command prompt. Okay, this is your command prompt, right? So to develop this kind of applications, you need console application. Okay, now we have to know what is an IDE. Okay, before we start our code, we have to know what is IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so simply IDE is the software where you write your code. Okay, so you see, to write a document you need MS Office software. To design drawings you need Paint software. Similar to that, to write a program we need a software. That software in C we call it as the Turbo C++, like this. In similar fashion, .NET also needs an IDE which is called as Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio. There are different versions in it from 2000. The latest are 2015, 2018, 2019. I am using 2022, I guess. Okay, I'm using Visual Studio 2022. You can download from anywhere. And I'm sending you a YouTube link to install Visual Studio. To the next class, I need all of you to install that software, Visual Studio, because that is the software. Sorry, not Visual. Yeah, Visual Studio. Sorry, there is one more software. Please don't confuse. There are two softwares: Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio. See, if I type, you can see two things here: Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio 2022. This is the software you have to install, and I have sent you a YouTube link to install the software. Follow that link, install it, and there are different versions actually: community, enterprise, and there is one more also, professional. Three versions of it. We need to install community version. That is the free version. Okay, the other two are license versions. Okay, So follow this YouTube video, install the software, just be ready to the next class. And 100% I would like to inform you, like, if you don't do the practice in initial days, definitely going forward, you will feel bored and you will skip learning from .NET. Okay. So to next class, I'm expecting all of you install this Visual Studio in your system, and this is the link to be followed. If any one of you are facing issues, you can ping to me personally. I can respond on Thursday, Friday. Okay. But I may not be able to respond first 3 days of week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so we are learning C Sharp, .NET, and console applications. So how to start with? See, you need to search for Visual Studio 2022. This version may be different on your requirement. If 19 or 18, suppose if you don't have latest operating system, you may need to install lower versions, 18, 17 like this. But I'm okay with this one. I'm going with 2022. Select it. Okay, here you see create a new project. You need to click on create a new project. Okay, see on right side you can see different types of applications that we can develop. See first one you see console app. See you can see the description also, a project for creating a command line application that can run on .NET on Windows, Linux, Macs operating systems, platform independent. Okay. Similar to this, you can develop web applications also. Suppose if you want to develop Windows application, just start writing Windows. See the Windows Forms app like this. What type of application it will develop? See, like I said, I don't want to go back stuff because already I have explained what is console application, what is Windows application. Okay, so we are developing console application. We have this in the beginning. You see, I said the same program can be done in other languages also. See, you see console app in C Sharp, console app in Visual Basics means VB, console app in TypeScript, console app in JavaScript, okay, console app in .NET Framework. Like this, there are many. Okay, so I'm taking, this is the one I use. Generally, I don't use console applications. Okay, so select this application console app, click on next. Okay, so save with a name. Okay, so I will say first program. Save with a name. Choose the desired folder. Okay, better to keep one folder on your drives instead of saving to the default folder in C. You can keep one folder. Okay, you can browse and change the location. And okay, better to check this box as well. Click on next. Okay, so here choose .NET 5.0. Some people may have .NET 4.7.2 like this. I cannot conclude on it, but once if you install the software, if you are struggling here, just contact me back because I see it's varying from version to version. I cannot say like 4.6, 4.7 like this. It is changing from Visual Studio version. In 19, it's like it was different. 15, it was different. 22, it was different. However, in my system, it's like this. I choose .NET 5.0. If it is different on your mission, just let me, I request you to check with me in the next session. Create. Okay. So a new application is created. Okay, a new application is created. So this is what Visual Studio interface where you are supposed to write the code. I will try to explain different components of the application. Okay. See, when you choose a console application, a class will come automatically. And again, if you are not aware of what is class, forget about it now. Going forward, definitely we will learn it. Okay. A default class will be added program and you can add many more as you want. Okay. This is the default. See, in programming language, always we have to know default values. Default values means unless you set something, something will be assigned automatically. Example, um, you know, When you open a Netflix or when you open a Hotstar or Amazon Prime, if you wanted to watch a movie, you need to go and click on it. Even you do not click on any movie, some clips will automatically run by default. Whenever you open the app, few things will automatically will display. Those are called as the defaults. In programming languages also, for any program, there would be some defaults. Means even you do not write anything, few things will come automatically. Those are called as the default values. So when you open a console application, a class will come automatically. That is called as a default class. It will come up with a name program.cs. But if you want, you can change it. You can add few more also. But for now, continue with same. Maybe in future, we will be learning how to add more, how to change the existing one as well. Okay. So there is a concept in Visual Studio IDE where you write the .NET code, which is called as um, Solution Explorer. If you wanted to see the Solution Explorer, there are two ways. Go to View menu, click on Solution Explorer. That is one way. The other way is Control Alt L is the shortcut. Okay, you can see the shortcuts here. Control Alt L. Okay, you can see that. So basically, what Solution Explorer contains is it will gives the brief idea about what are the content of the code. Means in the code, suppose if you are designing a UI, you maybe need some graphic images. Which image is assigned? So total, you can see whatever is there in code, how many classes you are adding, how many methods you are adding, and do you add any images? Okay, what are the descriptions and what are the requirements of the program and where the program is saved? Okay, suppose if you focus on this one, give right click, open with File Explorer, you can see the program where this program is saving actually. So like this, you can see a lot of information from this particular window. That is called as the Solution Explorer. Okay. And this part, which automatically you are seeing, that is called as the editor window, where you write the program. Just close it. If you wanted to see it again, go to View menu, Solution Explorer, click on program.cs. Just to understand, add one more class if you want, but don't think about what is class and all. Add one more class. It could be any name. I'm giving a name, test, add. So like this, both the classes you can see side by side. Suppose if you close them, then I realize that I need to write the code in test.cs. Go to Solution Explorer, click on test.cs, that will come here. No, I want program.cs, click on here, that will be coming to here like this. As many you want, all those things will be opened in the tabular format. However, I'm deleting test.cs to avoid the confusion. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, now I said a namespace. Okay, I said a namespace, a collection of classes, put it into a format. Okay, a collection of classes, put it into a format that is called as the namespace. Okay, that is called as the namespace. So every program, it will have a namespace. Whatever we are writing in the program, we club together as the namespace. Okay, we club it as the namespace. And this is the you are defining. You are defining this namespace. However, you see on top of the system using system. Focus your mouse on system. You can read it namespace system. Okay, namespace system. So basically what they did is similar to C language hash include stdio.h. They have imported a namespace system like this. How many are there in .NET? There are hundreds of thousands of namespaces like this. But anyways, I'm not using this, but I'm trying to give you the example. If you need it, you need to put it in this format. Okay, but anyways, you don't need it now. You need system only for first few hours of our discussion. So using system. So what is system is a namespace. And what does it contains is, it contains lot of predefined functions which are used to process input and output. I hope you are clear what is input and output. Input means what you are passing from your keyboard. Enter A value, 10. 10 is your input. Enter B value. B is your 20. 20 is an input that you are trying to pass it from your keyboard to your system. Then output. System will find out C equal to A plus B means 10 plus 20, that is 30. That is the output value. So in .NET framework, system is helpful to process the input and output operations. System is the base library to any operation in .NET framework. Okay, .NET framework. Now, let us see one small example. I would like to display hello, my name in the command prompt. Okay, hello, my name in the command prompt. Command prompt means a console application, console dot write line, okay, write line in the base hello easy text. I just wanted to display some static text, okay, like this. Okay, so I have written console dot write line hello easy text. I wanted to display something. Okay, then what we said, we need to compile the application after you design it. Right click on your application, press on build. Okay, press on build. When you press build, what happens is the program will be compiled. So the program will be compiled and the compiled program is saved into this part. Okay, EasyTech, first program, bin, debug, .NET 5.0, program.dll. Okay, program.dll. I will show it to you. Okay, go to this location, bin folder, sorry, debug.NET 5. You see program.dll, this was saved to here. You might find exe file also. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the exe file. Okay. So I told you, right? You write the program in any machine, you can run it anywhere. You can copy this file, program. You can run this file in any other machine. You just copy this file, not this file, the all the files in this folder. Okay. Just copy it. You can run it anywhere on your machine. But we never do that practically, but you can try it out. And not sure if that did not work. I'm not sure, but it should work. Maybe we need to put install or something. Okay, however. Okay, so program.cs. Here, I would like to print some hello easy tech as the output. Okay, so you need to build it first. Then it will be compiled into MSAL format. Then run it. You see this green mark? You need to click on it. One option we have is even you don't build it, directly you can run the program. When you run the program also, first the build will happen, then run will happen. In C language, you have to do it separately. First control F9 to build it. Alt F9, I guess. Alt F9 to build it, control F9 to run it. But here it's not like this. Directly you can click on it. Okay, you see, hello EasyTech. Okay, hello EasyTech. The static text is displayed as the output. Okay, here, few things we have to understand. On top of the code, I have written using system. Now focus your mouse on console. You see class system.console. Okay, class system.console. You can see the clue about it. Represents the standard input, output, and error stream for a console application. So basically, if you remember this architecture, under the namespace, there is a system. Under system, there are many things defined like this. Okay, like this. Okay, system is the base. Under system, there are many other classes. Here also, under system, there are many. One of them is console dot write line, which is used to display some text as the output. Okay, now see the wonder. How my system is capable of doing this. What happens if I don't write it in the beginning of the program? If I don't write system in the beginning of the program, what happens is my system cannot detect console. It don't know what is console because the code required for console is given in the library system. Okay, library system. Now see the wonder. Just commit it out. See, this is throwing the error. It says the name console does not exist in the current object. Means it is unable to identify that what is console because console is defined under a namespace system. Okay, it is defined under a namespace system. Then you can see it back. If you focus it, console, okay, and if you focus on the right line also, it will show writes a specified string value as the output. Okay, so this is the console.write. I would like to show you a few more things. Like I said, .NET provides artificial intelligence. It will reduce the error rating. So basically, languages are case sensitive. I hope all of you know what is case sensitive. Anyone is not aware of it? What is case sensitive? Team, do you know what is case sensitive? Okay, I will give one example. Okay, one example I will give. So any programming language are the case sensitive languages. Many, not all. C is the case sensitive. COBOL is not case sensitive. Okay, suppose A, B, C. A, B, C. To look, to call, those are same, but the behavior is different. Wherever you need small ABC, capital ABC, those are different in nature, but to call, those are same. In programming languages, suppose your name, okay, sorry, better example, email IDs. Okay, suppose your email ID is xyz@gmail.com. Instead of this, when you are sending an email to someone, xya@gmail.com, it will send, no issues. When you send the mail, you can set either this one or this one. But while you do login, if your password is test@123, you should type capital test@123 only. Like the email, if you try to key in small test@123, it won't accept because username or email is the case insensitive. It doesn't matter. Either you can put capital or small, or you can mix also. Means one capital, one small also you can mix. That won't affect. But the password is not like this. When you set it, if you use the capital letter, you should be using the capital letter only. If you use the small letter, you should be using the small letter only. Case sensitive. Your password is the case sensitive. Your email is the case insensitive. Okay. So .NET is the case sensitive language. Now, generally, the issues will occur when you type something as the case. Okay, when you type something as the case, and suppose you need to write capital console.write line, but maybe, okay, maybe by mistake, you have written like this. Instead of writing capital letter, you wrote the small letter. There are high chances of getting errors. So .NET provides automatic intelligence. Just start writing few letters. Automatically, it will go console. Press tab, dot. Under that console, what are the methods? Those are available. Write line, like this, different things are available. If you like the first one, you can start writing, press tab. Means automatically it will select. Means the error rating is less. Suppose if there are any case sensitive issues, those can be resolved. So console.write line. Okay, easy thing. Okay, right? So what is console.write line is if you wanted to display some text as the output, then this would be helpful. To display some static text as the output, we have to use console.write line. There are two to display the output. Those are console dot write is one. Okay, console.write is one. And also you can use console.writeLine. Okay, console.writeLine. Hello. Okay, like this, you have two methods. The difference is console.write will append a series of output statements into same line. Okay, means let me write another line after this. Okay, hello world. Now try to run your program. Hello world will be printed in the same line. Okay, hello world will be printed in the same line. Hello world. Suppose if we need some extra space, okay, give one space here. Give one space here. Now run it. Okay, hello world will be coming like this. A series of outputs. A series of outputs. If you would like to append in the same line, if you would like to display in the same line, we have to use console.write. Okay, console.write. See, console stands for the command prompt application. In the command prompt application, if you would like to display some text as the output, you have to use the write. Okay, like this, hello world text. Not like this. I would like to display them in different lines, not in the same line. I would like to display them in different lines. There are two ways for it. Backward/n stands for new line. Backward/n stands for new line, and n. What basically n will do is the subsequent output. It will try to print it in the next line automatically. If you run this program, all outputs will be printed in three different lines. Backward/n will append the output to the next line. Okay, in this way. Hello world. However, this is very bad idea to use backward/n to display the output. Instead of that, automatically I wanted to display outputs in different lines. Then what you should do is, instead of writing console.write, let it be write line. Okay, let it be write line. Okay, like this, console.write line. What write line will do is, it will append new line character at the end of the output. Means without adding backward/n will be automatically added. Okay, that is the difference between console.write and console.writeLine. If you are fresher, definitely they will ask you this question, like what is backward/n, how it is helpful. Okay, sorry, what is the difference between write and writeLine? Definitely you will have this question. Okay, now see, uh, try to understand more console.write and writeLine. Console.writeLine, sorry, console.write, okay, text line. Okay, I would like to print it as the text line. Console.writeLine text. Okay, so I will give you one poll, that is output of this program. Okay, output of this program, how it displays text line test. This is option A, test line and new line test. So what is the output of this program? How it displays? How many of you say A? How many of you said B? See, two outputs. Okay. So Madhu B. Okay. Shreyal A. Okay. Abraham B. I need response from all. Saiteja B. Yes. Srikant A. B. More. Okay. There are 15 approximately in class. I need response from all. Okay, B. Any more? Anyone else thinking, or can I proceed with responses? Okay. So I will give 1 minute time if someone is thinking, then I will start answer. Okay, Amit A, Niharika A. Okay. The answer is B. Okay, answer is B. Remember, console.writeLine appends the character at the end of the text, not before to the text. So console.writeLine will display when you type console.writeLine, definitely this will append to the previous output, but after this, a line will be added like this. You see the difference. Okay, you see the output is printed in the same line. Okay, output is printed in the same line because the new character is appended at the end. Unless it finds the slash n, it cannot print to the next line. After this line, okay, after this line, console.write only I am writing. Console.write only I am writing. Test new. Okay, test new. Now what happens is in the series of the order, okay, in a series of the order, first it will print text line, then text will be appended to this one. The right line will append one backward slash n to the second line. Then what happens is it doesn't matter what you are writing here, right or right line, that automatically will skip to the next line. Okay, that will automatically skip to the next line. Okay, so this is how write and write line works.